In this video, we're going to talk about how to create a quote. You go to Sales, Quote, New, or List. If you list, the existing quotes will come up that have not been turned into a sales order yet. You can click New from here. That brings up the new screen for a quote. Here we would either look up and search for a customer, or we can just start typing the customer name and it would appear. Since we're not using Ship2s yet, if you had a Ship2, it would list in here, or you can just leave it blank for now. The other information you really need is nothing from here. You can just go straight to start entering a new line item. But if you put a PO number in, PO from customer, it will transfer to the sales order for the billing purposes. You can put a scheduled date in here. Excuse me. You can click new for the line. And here we would actually click list, or we could click search. In this case, we would just bring up the item going to. So in this case, if we had a fiber setup, we would click OK. We don't have a customer part number. We would click, we need one of those. It would bring in the price that we had set up. The unit of measure would be there. If we had an alternate unit of measure, we would click the date. We would then click save, and that would blank out this line and begin line 2. And then we're going to add another one, and we'll bring the boring item in. And in this case, there was a setup for a customer, and the customer wants us to use item number B110 test that was set up. And in this case, we're going to say it's going to take us 80 hours, and we're giving them a discount off the list price of 16 cents. And we'll look at that by going to the item and look at the item. And the item was set up at $20, and there was a pricing discount of 20%, which brings in the $16 for an extended price of $12.80 with a scheduled date. And we could then put notes if we wanted to, and then we can click save. In this case, this has lines. The information for the header is set up. We don't have to have anything else. We could put an expiration date on this quote. That would not allow us to turn it into a sales order. If we had other Ship2 information, we could put it in here. We just looked at the line information, the relationship. It's going to require us to put a project number in. So what we do is list the project, and we don't know if this is not a firm quote for a customer, or we don't know what customer it is. We could always attach it to a project that we're going to create, or knew it was going to go to this one particular project. We would then create to the project. Then we could add characteristics, which would be discussed in a later video. You got the comments, which here, if you added a comment type, you could put a general note and put the note explaining what happened on this quote, why. And when you click save, it does list it on there, but it doesn't actually do anything in print. It's just general information. Notes would print, so for the order or for the shipping side. So if we wanted these to print, please print this on the order. And then if we had any documents, we could attach those too. Now, from here, the order number has been saved. We have the customer information. We could click save, or we could click print and save. If we click print and save and click save, it's going to try to print this. It's going to bring up a report generator, and we'll select quote. Okay, to print that, we click print. We're going to print it to the PDF. We click print. It's going to where it wants to store that. We will click OK. Replace the existing quote that we had there, and up comes the existing quote. This has been an unmodified version, but the concept is the same, and the quote form would be printed out here. The quote isn't saved. To start a new quote, we could cancel out of here. Notice we would see that quote from here. We could then edit it if we want it, or convert it to a server, which we'll do in the next video, or delete it. Click close, and that's how you create a quote. We also look real quickly though on the project that we attach it to, just for reference. We attach it to this project here. If we look at that project, you'll notice it has been attached to that, and that's important just because that's where it's going to live for the rest of the life of this quote. Click save, and we'll cover the converting it to a sales order in the next video.